Some of the best advice I've heard in a long time regarding street fighting. Oh, I'm from the streets. Okay, hold on for a second. We have a Navy SEAL dude there on the left. We have a Army Special Forces guy here on the right. And that alone does not make you a street fighting badass. For those that actually think it does. No, it does not. But still, people with life experience besides their military training and their military life. But some of the best advice I've heard in a very long time from these two gentlemen in the last 10 minutes. And here you have the name of the channel. Here you have the name of the video. If you want to see the full thing, it's almost like an hour long. But this is where it's at. Let me share this with you folks.
Stuff really is, right? Like, so I had been in some hellacious riots slash, I'd seen a number of gunfights at this point. I obviously had been shot already. So, but you didn't realize how fragile life is, right? And then you get to the SEAL teams, I lost a good buddy, Chad Burkhart, like people start dying. You're like, well, shit, I just was doing that yesterday. So, the story I'm gonna tell, man, I was in training, man. They came in one day and they were like, yo, dude, the dev group got killed. You're like, what? And they're like, yeah, man. So him and like 3 dudes were at the bar down here in San Antonio, probably going through one of the medical courses. And there's a little 5-foot-tall dude, Hispanic dude at the bar, just bellied up having a beer. The frogman was big, burly dude, kind of bumped him a little bit. And the dude was like, hey, man, like, I'm just trying to have a beer. And the dev group dude pushed to get the fuck out of here, man. I'm at the bar, right?
Yeah.
They said before anybody knew what happened, they saw the dev group dude falling down. Dude pulled out a 3-inch pocket knife.
Yeah.
Right here. Boom, boom. Stuck him like 4 times. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, yep. PJ was working on him with a broken bottle. Broke a bottle, was trying to get to the artery, right? Bled out.
I mean, up in the axe pocket, right? You know how dangerous that is. Like if you don't have somebody with extremely high level medical knowledge and equipment, you're gonna be dead in 3 minutes from that. So yeah.
That's under the armpit. Like it's a very tough spot to get stabbed. I know of one guy that was getting carjacked. So driving, car comes across. Couple guys get out of the car. Guns. Each one had a gun. The guy was martial artist, and he was known to us because he had done some firearms training, but he was not armed at the time. He did not have a gun with him. He had a pocket knife. So he gets his car crossed, 2 guys, guns. One of the guys gets very close to him, points the gun. The guy grabs the gun, brings his knife, stabs him under the armpit a couple times. The other guy with the gun he just runs away, and he killed the guy with a knife against a guy with a gun so it's a very, very bad place to get stabbed, right under the armpit. And apparently that's a similar story. But little dude, Mexican, Hispanic, usually, especially in the United States, most of the Hispanic, especially the Mexican kind of guy, it's a good chance that he has some kind of pocket knife of some sort. It is usually a very typical thing. But yeah, big burly Navy SEAL dude. He thought that he was gonna intimidate someone, and the other guy was not thinking of intimidation. The other guy was thinking, "I'm gonna stab you." You don't know. And again, I've told this story before. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion of the fucking world in a nightclub in Brazil. Bumps, beer spilled, asshole, whatever. Brr, immediately has a guy. Guy taps. Of course, I would tap too if the fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion has me on a rear naked choke. He taps. The champion lets him go, and when he lets him go, he brings out a gun and shoots him in the face. He was a cop. The guy he choked out was a cop. He was a Brazilian cop. He had a gun, and he was not well. He just got offended by this guy. He was not used to being humiliated in front of his people, so he shot him in the face. Look it up. The story was all over. So you just don't know who you're fucking with. So the best piece of advice, well, I let these gentlemen explain it.
Yep. And so he ended up dying. And I say that because people need to understand, like, That's our nation's best.
Yeah.
With a gun, dude is a complete killer. And 5 foot tall, 100-pound dude, send him on his way with a 3-inch pocket knife.
Yep.
So kind of the point we're trying to make here is like they think they can fight and they really can't.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too. Is you add in alcohol to it.
Well, what he means, the context of they think they can fight. They think they can fight. And these two guys, I came across one of their other videos about many of these Navy SEAL guys saying they would beat fucking Sean Strickland in a fight. That has to be one of the dumbest things I've heard anyone say. And just, at least to me, I mean, I've never been a fanboy, and I know about. I mean, Matt is a Navy SEAL. I know a bunch of other people that are either Special Forces, Army, right? Is Army Special Forces, like this guy, like this gentleman here, and Navy SEAL, like, and they're usually very good people, very smart. But when you see some people from these Special Forces communities say such dumb shit, and I know, and this is something that they've addressed before, the Navy SEAL influencer or the Special Forces influencer, right? Oh, I'm Special Forces, so I'm better than everyone at anything fighting. No, you're not. That is, let me put it this way, that's as dumb as thinking you would beat Magnus, the world chess champion, right? Yeah, I'm just great at tactics, because if I fail at tactics, we all die. Okay, you're not going to beat the world champion in chess because you're great at tactics when it comes to the activities you do in the military. It has no correlation whatsoever. Oh, we've trained to kill. Yes, you've trained to kill with guns. That's what you... And as I say, maybe a couple weeks of hand-to-hand training, kind of, a little bit of knife, a little bit of judo, a little bit of this, that, mixing up a little big thing. But unless it's something that person specifically wants to do, he's not going to be a martial artist. He's definitely not going to be a mixed martial artist. You're fucking never... I mean, these guys, any Navy SEAL in the planet can fight Sean Strickland 1,000 times. Maybe 1 out of 1,000 because he slips and breaks his fucking neck. You're not going to beat the guy that's the world champion on this. He's no longer world champion, no. But you're not. It is impossible. That's what these guys do. And, the idea, the champion of, a guy that was just recently champion of the world, are you insane? Do you have any idea how stupid that sounds? It is only the kind of thing that, I mean, maybe a child, or unfortunately in the way the world is these days, some childish adults could possibly think. But to hear a 50-year-old former Navy SEAL do a video, I mean, he filmed himself, the white bearded guy, and there was a bunch of them, a bunch of Navy SEALs posting on YouTube that they would beat fucking Sean Strickland in a street fight. No, you would not. I think that the crazy ass Sean Strickland contacted the guy and he didn't show up. Of course not. Someone brought some sense into the dude. You're gonna get mauled. You're gonna be beaten to shit. That guy has been doing that for years professionally. That is his profession. That is not what you're doing. I will even give you you're not gonna beat someone that is world champion or even state champion in practical shooting. You're gonna be faster than him. You're not gonna be more accurate than him. There's no damn way. Some of these guys, I remember this Venezuelan guy. I think he had recently won something in US. I don't know what IPSCC type of thing. The guy we were shooting at 7 yards away, right? And the guy was, boom, all right, center of the, great, wow, again. He was, you saw the movie, what fucking name is it? The one with Margot Robbie and Will Smith. Will Smith is like Deadeye and he shoots like center all the time. No one. This guy was shooting at 7 yards. He shot it, and then put the same bullet. Then put another bullet through the same hole. He maybe shot a magazine, and it was not like a ragged hole. He was shooting 9mm, and this was like a 45 ACP hole, maybe 50 caliber hole. That's a different kind of accuracy that you have compared to even trained shooters, trained killers like special forces guys, because that guy is doing all day long that thing, boom, 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 and he's very good at it. He has a natural ability which he is excelling at, and he keeps on training all day long, and he's just very, very good at it. You don't even see that sort of thing. I haven't seen that in any YouTube video, really. Like one after the other, like all of the magazine in like a hole this big. You don't see that very often. That is very rare. That is the champion level, and maybe it's the top 3, 4, 5 guys in the country that do that sort of thing, right? But when you're talking about the champion of the world, the best there is, and to think you're gonna beat that guy, no, it is disappointing to see that someone with that level of intelligence actually, belongs to an elite group of people. That just shows that even within that elite group of people, there's some people that are really not all that smart or all that good, because if they think that for 1 second, it is just stupid.
For us, man, I was in 3 different, I won't call them fucking riots, but we were basically jumped by foreign nationals, 10 to 20 people, 3 different ODAs where we were out doing stuff downtown, not working at the time, like at the bars and whatnot.
Yep.
And especially in the Asian countries where I worked, they really don't like seeing their women around white dudes, especially white military dudes, and they'll just come up and try to fucking jump you for no reason. And yeah, to that notion, like there's a few brawls that we were in where and I squared off with people, knocked 2, 3 motherfuckers down, and then you're getting fucking punched in the side of the head, and it's another one of those things of like thinking you can fight, even if you can, in like this whole street fight thing, dude. And I mean, I grew up working in the bar scene for a while before I joined the military, so it was fucking fights all the time. And in a street fight, man, even if you can fight, man, like, and this is the thing about all the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or even wrestling, like it's great, man, until you fucking go on the ground with someone in a fucking street fight and his buddy rolls up and drop kicks you in the fucking temple, right?
I got one for you, okay? We're at a party right up the street from my house, Lakewood, Washington, right over by Grondo's.
Lakewood, baby.
Lakewood, Washington, right over by Grondo's, right outside of Stillicum on the way up to I-5, okay?
So for everybody who's watching, just they're not familiar with Washington area, Lakewood is known as sort of the ghetto of the greater Tacoma area.
Used to be awesome. Now it's the pit, right? Clover Park High School used to be awesome. Now it's the pit. So this is like 89, 90, whatever it was. I remember, so these 2 dudes getting ready to start a fight, right? It was a little dude and a bigger dude. Bigger dude got the best of the little dude quick, right? Like was on him, hit him like 3 times. And I remember little dude said, "Down." And his buddy just started shooting. Bam, 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 bam. I said, right? Like I had seen the gun action before. So the big dude got hit, he fell over. It was the little dude that was shooting. He was shooting from the bottom, okay? And he told his buddy to get down. He literally just on his back, bam, 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 like shooting in a 360. And like in, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds, he has shot like 5 different people.
That's it. That's when you have a semi-automatic pistol. It's not jamming because you're not pressing it against someone's on top of you, and you manage to nail the guy on top of you, and in a populated area, densely packed people. That's the kind of thing that will happen.
He shot one girl 3 times.
God, dude.
Okay? And like, you get in the SEAL teams, you realize like, God damn, like what was I doing there, right? And I'm watching this like I was kind of at a sector where I could see the gun going and it wasn't pointed at me. So I was like, well, shit, let's watch this happen. But yeah, them street fights, I tell everybody, man, like you couldn't get me in a street fight, an altercation now. No. I don't care what happens. I don't care if I got a gun on. hey man, I'm sorry, I apologize. Like
100%.
I'm going straight to Chris Voss. I'm mirroring everything they say. Hey man, I know I'm a motherfucker, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. It was my fault. I didn't see you. Like I'm trying to de-escalate, like,
Yep.
because it's 2024. Like I got 3 kids.
And that's I think that's maturity, man.
And that's usually the first thing you get told whenever you do any kind of self-defense, of shooting or fighting, whatever you do, whatever it is you've done, and if you've done it with responsible, serious people, the first thing even when you do like your first little karate or in my case it was taekwondo, right? You only do, and you only do this when it's self-defense. You never go. And then you get told that again. And then you get told that again by more serious people with other tools. And then you get that told again by people that are like very good at training people in using different weapons and so on. And you always get told the same thing, especially if it's someone that is good at it. He will tell you that. And you usually like brush it off. Okay, now let's go into the learning. But then as you get older and as you see the gentleman here with a white beard and the one with the other bearded dude, it's not fucking worth it because when you're younger, you will usually have this thing of bad. I've never been that way. I've always been like a very serious child, and then a serious teenager, and then a very serious. I've always been very mature, no matter what. So I was always a little bit like that. But then you realize how true it is that it is not fucking worth it. Whatever it is you think, it is not worth it. Oh, he called me a motherfucker. Okay. Are you one that you're so pissed? Of all people, Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse. And if you know who Mighty Mouse is, look it up because you should know. He was with his wife, right? He was Mighty Mouse with his wife. And a guy shows up and it runs across a guy and says, "Hey, nice tits," to his wife, to his face. And the wife looks at Mighty Mouse, "You're not going to do anything." And Mighty Mouse says, "You do have nice tits. What is it you want me to do? Beat the shit out of a guy? I am a pound for pound, one of the best pound for pound fighters in the fucking planet. What is it that I win by beating this drunk or crazy gentleman here? I don't win a damn thing. All I have to do is lose. I will only lose things." So you get into a fight with a stranger. Oh, you beat him. Okay, great. Good for you. What is it that you actually won? Well, I got my pride back. Okay, that's what you needed? No. Let's say you hurt someone. Let's say you get stabbed, like the Dev Grew guy that got into a fight with a fucking little Mexican in a bar in U.S. You get stabbed 3-4 times before you even register, because that's not in your mind. You're not looking to kill people. You're not crazy. That other guy maybe is. So you bump into someone. Oh, you're immediate. My bad. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, you motherfucker. I'm so sorry. Maybe you put your hands up like just in case something goes your way, but a little bit. I'm sorry. My bad. Sorry, dude. That's the only thing you should. That's the only smart thing to do. That's the only thing a real trained fighter should do. Oh, but I'm such a badass. You don't have to prove that to anyone unless you don't have any other choice because someone is coming at you. That's the because before you even know it, the guy. And when you go like, dude, what you're looking to what? To intimidate the tiny Mexican guy? That's what's gonna do your day. That's gonna boost your fragile ego. That's what you need. Well, maybe the Mexican guy has his own little fragile ego and he's not looking to fight you. He's looking to end you, stab you in your face. Or his friend, you have the guy, his friend comes and stabs you in your back. Yeah, you have the little guy because you're better. You have the big guy because you're better than him. Whatever it does not matter. The only thing you can win is something bad. It is a tournament of how much shit you can win when you get into something like this. Oh, but I feel good about myself because I beat that guy. Okay, yeah, maybe you need to work on yourself a little bit more. You beat the guy, and the guy has a chip in his shoulder, and maybe he runs you over with a car 5 minutes later, or shoots you in the back, or does something stupid like that because it is not worth it. That's the best advice these two gentlemen have for you.
And I think, that's how most guys even in senior levels of the SEAL teams or the ODAs, like they're always the ones sort of trying to fucking draw back the young dudes from oblivion downtown in the bars and in bar fights. Cause yeah, man, like we've seen it. You see like the repercussions, like you just talked about, right? The big
There you go. And then I've seen a bunch of these SEAL guys or special operation guys or whatever the branch it may be. It doesn't matter. You see, Marcinko was it? We used to wreck bars. That was part of our training and group building. All right. Yeah, that's... I guess maybe that work for you? You don't have any other way of team building? Nothing rings a fucking bell other than wrecking bars and getting into bar fights with our buddies and blood, spit, and tears and whatnot. Okay, go with that. I know for a fact there's other ways of making a team that works together without having that kind of bullshit. But anyway, guys, that's what I have for you now. See you on the next video. Take care.